All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're gonna do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NFL picks and props for Monday, November 6th slate of games. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I was kind of a bum yesterday because I gave out the Giants plus 1.5 versus my Las Vegas Raiders. Faded my own team. Instead of a pick, Raiders, they blew out the Giants. And maybe Daboll, after winning Coach of the Year 1 year ago, and that shine's already shining off. Maybe he needs to be fired. They lost to the Raiders 30-6. It is bad.
Seth?
Yeah, and I can say for the first time this year in the NFL, I was not a bum. I did take the Cleveland Browns to win by at least 12 points. Clayton Tune was going to be in over his head. I said this last night. He was not good, and the Browns were able to win that game pretty easily.
Yeah, and then I had the worst play of the day. The Ravens beat the shit out of the Seahawks. They never had a chance in that game, so I did lose my pick, Seattle plus 6.5, and then I got my teeth kicked in about 45 minutes ago on the Dallas Cowboy game. So tough night to be me. But let's turn that around on Monday Night Football. It's going to be the Chargers going up against the New York Jets. The Chargers are on the road. They are favored by 3.5 points. The over-under is set at 40 points. Trey, who do you like here?
Yeah, this game's going to be a battle. The Chargers offense versus the Jets defense. I do think the home team is going to prevail in this game, though, but I'm going to be taking the Jets at plus 3.5. I'm going to take them plus the points. I feel like their defense is going to show up in this game. And Zach Wilson, he's going to do just enough to keep this game close. Ever since Aaron Rodgers keeps going back to New York and kind of be on the field, being around the team, they have been winning games. They have won 3 games in a row, and their defense has stepped up over those 3 games as well. Because over that span, the Jets, they're only allowing 15 points per game. I'd be really surprised if this Chargers team can get 20 plus on them. And the Chargers, they come this game 2-4-1 ATS as well. And the Jets, they're 4-2-1. So the Jets, they've been covering Warriors all season long. The Jets defense, they're going to keep this game close. Zach Wilson, he might have some magic to pull out of his hat at the end of the game to pull off the win. But regardless, I think the Jets won't lose by more than 3 points. So give me the Jets here at plus 3.5 against the Chargers.
Seth?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Trey. I'm Jets plus 3.5 here. That was the Jets defense was one of the biggest things I had pinpointed in this game, and that is because I could argue that this Jets defense is the best defense in the NFL. They aren't just playing good. I think their teams are averaging around 16 points per game against them, so they are holding teams under 20 fairly frequently. This Jets secondary is great, and we must mention that the Chargers just lost another receiver that was playing the number 2 receiver for them in Joshua Palmer, who is now deemed out for this game. So a rookie's going to have to step up big. And guys, we know how much of a beast Keenan Allen is, but Sauce Gardner is also a different kind of beast in the secondary there. And I think Sauce Gardner is going to make things tough on Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert's favorite target in this one. I do think the Jets defense will keep this close. So all Zach Wilson really needs to do in this game is just not make any stupid mistakes and turn the ball over, and they will be fine here because the Jets defense will keep them right there.
Yeah, a little bit of a problem now because I've got the Jets plus 3.5 as well. So do I. I mean, I've been the guy to look at when we need to turn the sweep into a 2-for-1. I did it with Syracuse. Obviously, I was wrong there. Should I do it again? I mean,
just take the sweep. If you think it's the Jets, just take the sweep.
I'll take the Jets. I'm tired of taking the bullet. The Chargers, they did get a win last week against the Bears. They won that game by 17 points. However, I don't think the Chargers are a good football team this season. The Dallas Cowboys beat them, so they're not a good team. This year, though, so far they have wins against the Minnesota Vikings early in the year. I want to point that out. The Vegas Raiders and now the Chicago Bears. You can make the argument that 2 of those 3 teams are bottom 4 in the NFL. And I know the New York Jets, they're not a very special team, but they play really good defense. And I do think Zach Wilson is good enough to win this game at home. The defense alone is going to cause problems for Justin Herbert, who, by the way, nobody talks about it. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL ever since he came into the draft record-wise. He doesn't get a lot of heat for it, but he is the worst quarterback record-wise in the NFL since he came in. I think the Jets definitely cover the spread, and I don't hate them to win the game as well. But the play is going to be Jets plus 3.5. We're going to sweep the board. Let's take a look at the player props from Rob. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, so I was 0-1 yesterday. My play of the week, it did not even get very close because I gave out Tyreek Hill over 93.5 receiving yards versus the Chiefs. And Hill, he caught a ton of balls. He caught 8 balls, but he couldn't really turn up the field, only finishing with 62 receiving yards, which absolutely hurt.
Seth?
Yeah, and I must apologize to everybody. I've been weighing us down pretty heavily in the player props, but I'm going to lock in. Started today, took Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown, took till the fourth quarter, but guys, he got in there. I expected him to early in the game because Arizona's not good, but he got in there, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I can't pick a game for shit, but 7-1 row in the player props, I'll take what I can get. I was able to catch with Kyle Pitts, over 42.5 receiving yards. He finished well over 50 in that game. The Falcons, though, all-time choke job. Josh Dobbs, what an incredible job he did today. Just kudos to Josh Dobbs. Unbelievable stuff from him. But let's get into the player props for Monday night. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the receiving yards, and Seth touched on why I love this guy so much earlier, and that's because Josh Palmer is out for this game, and I'm going to be taking Quentin Johnston to go over 34.5 receiving yards against the Jets, even though I do think the Jets have a good chance to win this game, and I think they're going to cover their 3.5, and the Jets have a very good secondary. Somebody's going to have to catch the balls in this game from Justin Herbert, and I fully expect the Jets to focus on Keenan Allen throughout this game. And that should leave Quentin Johnston open up throughout this game. And he has a speed to hit this over 34.5 receiving yards in just one catch, to be honest. And the Chargers, they're going to be without their normal number 2 in Mike Williams having that season-ending injury. And they're also going to be without their normal number 3 in Josh Palmer in this game. So that's going to allow Quentin Johnston to tumble up the depth chart there and to play a ton of snaps in this game. And I think he's going to snag a few balls along the way as well. So give me Quentin Johnston to go over 34.5 receiving yards versus the Jets.
I love it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, guys, and I'm going to go to the Jets running back, Breece Hall, and I'm going to take his over rush and rush plus receiving yards at 82.5. Guys, Breece Hall is a super, super talented running back, and the Chargers are not very good at stopping the run. They rank 22nd against opposing running backs. And if you look at the Chargers' numbers over this season, they've allowed 70 or more rush yards in 4 games this season and then have allowed 40 or more receiving yards in 5 games. Hall's going to look to turn things around on the run game. But, guys, I tell you what, Zach Wilson has been checking the ball down because he gets jittery in the pocket, and all he does is just sit there and check it down. Hall's been the benefactor. He has been targeted through the air 15 times in his last 2 games. Hall should get his full repertoire going in this one, as like I said, the Chargers really struggle to stop running backs in the ground game as well. So I really do like his chances to go over rush receiving in this game.
Yes, I like that play as well. For my player prop, I'm going to take Zach Wilson to go over 260.5 passing yards against the Chargers. I know that nobody likes Zach Wilson, or at least he doesn't get a lot of love, but I will say he's doing a really good job filling in for Aaron Rodgers. You can tell he's a better quarterback this season from last season, just after a short period of time learning under Rodgers. I know he's not there yet, but I think he's got a lot of potential. And over the last 4 games, and really ever since the Chiefs game, I've been watching pretty closely, and he hasn't lost the Jets any games this season. The defense has been winning them games, but Zach Wilson hasn't lost the Jets any games. He had 240 passing yards in 2 of the last 4 games against the Giants and the Chiefs. He was held to 200 yards passing in the Broncos game and 186 against the Eagles. But again, he didn't lose those games for the team. They won all those games. And this game, he's got a really good matchup going up against a bad secondary who's also been giving up a ton of yards this season to opposing quarterbacks. The Chargers have gave up 2,082 yards this season through the air, and teams have been exploiting that all season long. I think Zach Wilson's going to have a green light all game today as he's going to throw the ball downfield. So I'm going to take his 260.5 passing yards in this game. I believe in him. I think he gets it done. Give me over 260.5 as my play. Trey, let's take a look at the graphics. Seth, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm going to take the Jets plus 3.5. I think their defense will keep them in that. And then I'm going to take the Jets running back Breece Hall over 82.5 rush plus receiving yards. Wilson's looked his way a lot in the pass game, and he's a very, very talented running back between the tackles, and the Chargers give up quite a few rush yards, so I do like him here.
Trey?
Yeah, I'm thinking the New York Jets at plus 3.5 as well in that Monday Night Football game against the Chargers. I feel like Brandon Staley is going to make us win this cover here because he's just such a doofus. Also giving out Quentin Johnston here over 34.5 receiving yards. Everybody's out basically for the Chargers receivers. Next man up, and that's just Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, and we're going to sweep the Jets plus 3.5. I like him to win the game as well, but I'm not going to give it out as a play. And then I got Zach Wilson, over 260.5 passing yards. I think he gets it done tonight. I think the Jets look really good, and I think they make the playoffs. But guys, that's going to do it for NFL plays and props for Monday, November 6th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,